Greetings to you, distinguished followers. Today I would like us to look into two other monophthongs of English language, particularly the O and O sound. Those two sounds are virtually the same. Looking into that description, first, if you consider the part of the tongue involved in the articulation, discover that they are back vowel sound. So both O and O are back vowel sound. Also, based on the height of the tongue, the back of the tongue is lowered in the mouth during the articulation. So they are low or open vowel sounds. So both sounds are virtually the same. The difference between the two sounds is that one is short in duration, whereas the other is long in duration. So the first one, which is O, is short, while O is long. But for the purpose of this class, let's look into the graphemes. In other words, the letters of the alphabet that can spell or represent these two sounds. All right, let's get to it. This is the short O sound. Then considering the short O, we have the following letters or graphemes representing the sound, ranging from letter O to A to AU and the unusual spelling. All right, so let's begin with the letter O. We have pot, lost, not. So where we have letter O in these words, we have the O sound. So look at the transcription and get to know how to transcribe these words and also how to pronounce them correctly. Also, we have letter A as the spelling of the O sound in words like what, was, want, squash. So in place of the letter A in these words, we have the O sound. Again, we have a U as a spelling of the O sound, as in laurel, sausage, because. Look at because. We have Z at the end. Then in place of a U, we have the O sound. So please take note of these transcriptions. Then we have the unusual spellings for the O sound. The first one is the spelling we have in cough. In cough, we have OU as the spelling of the O sound. I group this under unusual because OU is actually the spelling, the obvious spelling of another sound. So it is in very rare cases that you have OU being the spelling of the O sound. So in words like cough, we have OU as a spelling of the O sound. And then knowledge, here there is the addition of W. So we have an OW as a spelling of the O sound, as a short O. So we have knowledge, cough, knowledge. So letter O, letter A, AU, OU, and OW can act as the graphemes of the O sound. All right, having gone through this, let's also look into the spellings of the O sound. That's the long O. Considering the long O, we have the following as the spellings: OR, AW, AU, AL, and letter A. OR as in port, salt, more. AW as in law, saw, claw, straw, draw. In place of AW in all these words, we articulate the sound O. Then we also have AU. AU as in pause, cause, halt, font, applaud. Now take note of these two words. Look at the transcription and the last sound we have there. And note that in place of SE, most times you're likely not to have this sound. Instead, we do have the Z sound. So instead of S, we have Z. All right. The next spelling of the O sound is AL. And look at the words we have under AL. Remember, when we were talking about vowel number 5, that is the R sound, we said that we can have AL as the spelling of the R sound as in words like calf, have, calm, and so on. But we have AL again as the spelling of the O sound. So look at the words we have under the O sound as different from the ones we have under the R sound. For the R sound, we have talk, just like what I'm doing now. Talk, walk, chalk, halt. So it is not halt, it is halt. In place of AL in this word, we have the R sound. Then the same thing applicable to the other words we have here. Then the final letter we have here for the R sound is letter A, as in water, all, call, small, salt. So here, letter A represents the O sound and not the R sound in these cases. In terms of spellings, let me lay more emphasis on the difference between the O and the O sound. That is the long and the short vowel sound. Okay, let's consider the most obvious spelling of the two sounds. For the O sound, we have OR as the most obvious. Whenever you have OR in between consonant sounds, you're likely to have the O sound. But whenever you have O in between two consonant sounds, you're likely to have the O sound. Or let me use in between two consonant letters like letter P and T. In between the two, we have O. You're likely to have the short O. Look at this one. In between L and S, we have O. Likely to have what? The short O. This one in between N and D, have O. Likely to have the short O. We have other words like spot, S-P-O-T, and many more. But when it comes to O, in between P and T, we have OR. So OR is the obvious spelling of this particular sound. And don't forget AW, words like law and many more. Then another corresponding letters here are AW, AW. So it is very rare for you to have words with AW spelling the short sound. So you need to list out words with AW, then work on them one after the other. When I say work on them, I mean check them up in your dictionary to find out the ones that belong to this category and the ones that belong to this category. Because we have a U here and we also have a U here. So that's the difference between the two group of sounds. So remember what I said, that your dictionary is the final reference point. So whenever you're considering sound, if you have any confusion, ensure you reference your dictionary. Don't just assume anything when it comes to sounds. Thank you very much for watching this video. I want to believe you have one or two to learn from this. Do well to share this video to reach a wider audience. I remain your very own Teacher Dixon.